Welcome to M3 TV News, the stream that always gives you the best news. This is your boy M3, and tonight we're going to have a very special interview with none other than knowledge and relationships very own, Mr.
Oh, man. Thanks everybody for the love. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Brooklyn, baby, in the house. Let's get it.
Yes, he got my Brooklyn now.
Before we get started, I gotta thank God for the opportunity just to be here. You know what I mean? Had my challenges, you know what I'm saying? It's early this year, but brother been battling, doing his thing, getting back to top form, you know what I'm saying? And I will return to top form by next summer. Yes, indeed. You know what I mean?
Yes, sir.
Secondly, I gotta thank my team, man. Gotta thank my team.
Yeah.
You're nothing without your team. You know what I'm saying? And it's definitely, definitely got to start. You know what I mean? With the great M3. You know what I mean? You know what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you for allowing us to rock out. DJ Eddie King, the music.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
DJ Eddie Friday coming soon, y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, and we also have the writer, you know what I mean, and inspirer, the poet herself, First Lady Tammy. You know what I mean?
Tammy!
Greatest.
Let's go!
Tammy!
The woman with many different names.
One of the greatest educators out here, yes. First Lady Tammy. And a great mom too. Yes, we gotta give her a shout out, we gotta give her flowers, you know what I mean? She ain't got the shades today, but it's all good.
Yeah.
And look out too please like and subscribe to our channel, like and subscribe to all our content. Like and subscribe to First Lady Tammy's Classroom Journey. She's taking you through a personal journey. She's letting you know how everything's going. We also trying to inspire her to do a poetry on there too, but we're gonna see about that. We working on that. But we got a lot of stuff coming y'all way. And and I also want to thank the lovely ladies as well. Mrs. M3 and Queen, thank y'all for jumping on as well. But yeah, just shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the supporters as well. We thank y'all. We love y'all. So let's get the ball rolling in 3. I'm here.
All right, well, cool, man. Well, as always, you know what we gotta do. You gotta tell us a little bit more about yourself.
No problem. You know what I mean? As I always like to open up, I am the network manager for Knowledge and relationships. Yes, yes. But I'm much more than that. I'm much more than that. I'm a New York boy. You know what I mean? New York man, born and raised in the greatest borough of them all, Brooklyn. You know what I'm saying? Very proud of that. And yeah, man. You know, definitely I love different things. I'm a man of many different passions and many different inquiries, and I just love to enjoy life, have fun. You know, I love doing this with y'all. Like, this is incredible. Love doing this. Love sports. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Definitely, I'm gonna shout out our sports show coming up real soon. You know what I mean? On Sundays. Love sports. Love video games. You know what I'm saying? Love to do. Love eating different foods and fine dining. Love to travel. And I just love to just enjoy life and have fun. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me. Me. Oh yeah. Brother also do got a good little fashion sense too. I like, get my clothing and fabric together and my cologne and all that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I love my family. I love my family. I even love those who are related to me who, don't act like family, but I love them too. Shout out to them.
Yeah, yeah. I see it. I see it like somebody that's watching us like on Facebook. Shout outs to Al Burks. If you're
Yeah.
watching, go ahead
Yeah.
and
What
comment,
up,
Al.
Al?
Yeah, and yeah, y'all, you guys got like a question to ask Mr. Hall of Fame.
Yes,
I do have
sir.
a question. I got a
Okay,
question.
Let's get it.
wait,
So,
okay, wait, hold on, Tim. I
so
think Eddie
ready?
says. I'm
No,
sorry,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Eddie.
No, no, no.
Okay,
It's okay. It's
okay,
okay.
okay, good. All right, Tammy, and then DJ Eddie.
So I just want to know, where does the name Mr. Hall of Fame come from? I'm just curious.
Woo!
Um, you know,
Hmm.
it was inspired by a few things. One,
Hmm.
I had an original moniker, and somebody like gave that up and started calling me with my whole government name, and I was like, oh heck, no. Try to get rid of that one. And so I'm still gonna use that one for different purposes, but that'll be in the future. And then
Hmm.
secondly, I always say, and sometimes I joke around with it, but I'm very serious about this when I say it. I said if my family had a Hall of Fame, I'll be a first ballot Hall of Famer. Most definitely.
Hmm.
Most
Mhm.
definitely I'm first ballot in my family. You know what I'm saying? Can't nobody take that away from me. You know what I mean? I know it. I know it and I show it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where it came from as well. And also a little wrestling reference, they always call like Shawn Michaels Mr. Hall of Fame. I'm a huge wrestling fan, so that also ties into it as well. But yeah, in the 23, because it's also another sports kind of reference to like Jordan and LeBron and all that. So yeah.
Mhm.
Nice.
And then DJ Eddie.
Yes, sir. What was it like growing up in Brooklyn?
Mm.
Mm.
Man,
Good
um,
question.
wow. I mean, Brooklyn is a mixed bag of nuts, man. Like you
Mm.
know, it all kind of depends on where you at, and I think there was different phases that I went through in Brooklyn. The neighborhood that I grew up was in Brownsville, and in Brownsville, as my grandmother said, you got to watch and you as well as pray. So you got to watch where you're going, and you got to pray to the Lord that you get to where you're going safely. You know what I mean? So I would say earlier in childhood, it was a lot more different because you're a child, so you're not, you kind of exposed to some of the elements, but you're more kind of guarded because you have parents guarding you. You have different parental structure around you, but you can still feel and see some of the hood elements, but not so much. Then things start to change when you become a teenager because now you have more freedoms. Your comprehension is a lot better. You're able to understand things a lot better. So now you're able to understand. Okay, cool. I'm not gonna go down that block because that's where the gang bangers are. Or I'm not gonna go down that block because that's
Mm.
where the other neighborhood kids are. And if they see me and they know because my family hangs out with this project or they hang out on this street, there's gonna be trouble. You know what I'm saying? So if you go down the wrong street, you say the wrong name, or you in the wrong project, and you're not really supposed to be there, you may lose your life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Forget your trinkets or what you have. You may lose your life. You know what I'm saying? For instance, there was a time where I was just hanging out in a neighborhood. I was hanging on the wrong street with around the wrong guys, and these gang members rolled up on us and they had beef with one of the guys and they got ugly, man. They got real ugly. You know what I mean? I actually got robbed of some jewelry because of that, man. You know, this was as a teenager, man. It was hurtful, man. I hated that experience, but it taught me to watch where I was at. You know, it was a time where, you know, I became an adult. Early as an adult, I was working, and I was working a late shift. I had got out, and I had just got out. I was about to walk down the stairs, but man, I seen all these gang members. Man, they was all surrounded the one walkway. So I had to dip, go down the other walkway, and then like run across the other way because I couldn't let them see me. If they would have seen me, it would have been a problem, man. Off the top. You know what I'm saying? And then if it's a problem, then, you know, I have to, you know, talk to other people and get other people involved, and it would spiral into a different situation. And I never was that type of guy where it's like, oh, you know, I was looking for trouble, I wanted trouble. I just wanted to have fun. Literally, man. That's always been me. I always want to have fun. I knew people who, you know, who were about that life or had family member that was about certain things, but, you know, whether it was street or anything else. But I never wanted that type of energy, man. Still don't. That's still not me. You know, I'm not the type of person that threatens people or talks about street stuff. That to me is negativity, and I'd rather have fun, you know. And when you grow up around that element and you see how dangerous it is and what it takes away from people, how much it takes away from people and what it takes away from families and how hurtful it is, man, you want to stay away from that as much as possible. You know, so that's why when I see guys and they, you know, and even women, when they talk about all this gang life and gang culture, it's like, man, you know the consequences of what you're talking about? You must not, because if you did, you wouldn't be saying what you're saying. You know, point blank period. You wouldn't be talking that talk. You know what I mean? If you really knew the consequences. So yeah. So that's how Brooklyn was, man. But then there's nice parts of Brooklyn. Let me not leave that out. Let me not leave that out there. They're beautiful. Okay. And I got to really enjoy that as I got older. You know, whether I went to Fort Greene or whether I went to Williamsburg or whether I went to you know, Bensonhurst or Park Slope or Bay Ridge or downtown Brooklyn, any of these areas, man, they were so enjoyable. Like I love being there because it allowed me to get out of my neighborhood, which was one that was key. That was definitely key. I was glad to get out of my neighborhood, and it allowed me to see that, man, I can have more. There's more to life than just my neighborhood. You know what I mean? And once I experienced that, that changed everything. And in fact, that really opened the gateway for me to move out of my neighborhood and move to California. Having those experiences and seeing that, and also seeing Manhattan. You know what I'm saying? Got to shout out Manhattan.
Manhattan.
Shout out to us 9/11 survivors. You know what I'm saying? We here. You know, we survived. We made it 20 years, baby. We still here. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, definitely shout out to that, man. So, and I remember that day distinctly. I'm not gonna really get into it because I'm still traumatized by a lot of things that happened. But yeah, it was rough. But you know, but Manhattan was beautiful too, man, because that you get to see all the lights and all the cities and skyscrapers, and that was clean, man. That was super clean. I stayed away from the Bronx. Unless it was a Yankee game, you know what I mean? It's a Yankee game. I'm cutting the Yankee game. I'm cutting out, and I'm out of here before, you know, before anybody else is out of here. When the game is over, or I think it's about to be over, it's time to go. You know what I mean? Let's go. You know what I mean? Queens is cool, you know. You know what I'm saying? Queens is all right. You know, shout out to Queens and, you know, Queens and all that, you know. Ain't really mess with Staten Island like that. You know what I mean? And, you know, mess with Jersey a little bit, but not too much. I have family in Jersey, but that was about it. But yeah, that's really New York as a whole. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Yes, sir.
Right. All right. Well, yeah. You know, thank you for sharing all that. Hold on. I'm gonna get to you, Mrs. M3. I do want to shout out to the Bloom Ebony. She's watching us right now. She says hello.
Hello, Ebony.
What's going on, Bloom Ebony? Yeah.
You know, shout out to her from earlier. Like she kind of helped me out with you know, some technical things that's definitely going to be useful in the future going forward with these live streams. But yeah, I'll talk about that later. Go ahead, Mrs. M3.
For those of us that are not from New York, can you explain the difference between a borough and a city? Like, if we're looking at New York on the map, we see the state of New York, then there's the city of New York that we see on a lot of movies, and then there's what we hear from people from New York, boroughs. You said that word earlier.
Yeah.
How is a borough different from a city? Like the Bronx, it's a city? Is there a long name for it? Is that exactly how it's spelled? Then there's Brooklyn, where you're from, then there's Queens, and then there's Flashing Queens and Jamaica Queens. And can you explain to us that are not from New York how that works geographically, I guess?
No problem. Definitely. You know, I don't know why the government did this, you know, because the boroughs are actually cities. Like, just like you have the city of Oakland, it's the same thing as the city of the Bronx. It's the same thing, because if you sending somebody some mail and they're from the Bronx, you got to put Bronx, New York. Just like, you know, if you were sending something to somebody who lived in Oakland, you have to put Oakland, California. You know what I mean? It's the same thing, but for some reason, they never got that right. They need to change that, because, yeah, it confuses people. And inside the boroughs, there are different parts of the borough. So you have like South Bronx, then you have, you know, the other parts of the Bronx, you know, and you have other parts of Brooklyn, other parts of Queens, you know, and in each city in New York, each part of the city, each part of the borough, they're all different. They're all different in each form and fashion. And of course, like I said, there's some parts of, like any parts of any place, whether it's New York or California, there's some parts that are common and everybody can go to. There's some parts that are really ritzy. You definitely want to be there. And then there's some parts where you're like, man, I'm good. You know what I mean? You know, there's some parts you're just like, all right, we're gonna jump on the highway and get out of here. Like, let's get out of here now. So
Where's Harlem in the mix of all of it?
Harlem is actually Manhattan. It's actually Manhattan, actually. But they just, Harlem is just kind of like it's weird. It's because it's really Manhattan. It's not a borough at all. It's just really like a kind of like, I would say, a town. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it. It's like a town, but it's not its own borough at all. It's not. You know, some people are fooled by that. And Harlem is extremely small. It's not that big. It's probably maybe the size of San Francisco, if not smaller. Honestly, you know what I mean? If San Francisco is 7 by 7 miles, I doubt that Harlem is bigger than that. To be honest with you.
Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Hall of Fame.
Hey, no problem.
Yeah, Queen. You have a question you wanna ask?
What's one thing you miss about being in Brooklyn?
Ooh, man. That's a toss up. I would say personally, like myself, what I miss, is probably, I would say, the environment, but the food, man. The food is just incredible. It don't miss me, you know, but I do miss it, you know, and some of that stuff I need to stay away from, most definitely. But the food, as far as people, um, I'll definitely say my brother, most definitely. Not even close. You know, look, I love my parents. You know, I love my grandparents and stuff like that. But my uncles and aunts. But you know, me and my brother, we just spend so much time together, man. It's just like, you know, that's the one person that, like, you know, I miss the most out of everybody in New York, because it just, you know, I know once I wake up, you know, me and him, no matter what, we gonna spend time together, and we're gonna chill out and do some cool things. So that's what I miss about New York the most. So
Mm. Okay. Let me go ahead and get to this number two question. So the number two question is, who? Oh, there it is. Who will you consider as somebody who inspires you?
who somebody who inspires me. Mm, gosh. Um, a person that inspires me? Oh man.
That's a tough one.
That's a very tough one. Dang.
Mm.
I don't mean to steal from Snoop Dogg, but I got to. You got to on this one. I'm gonna say myself. Most definitely me. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
There are people that I admire. Like, I admire like Allen Iverson, or you know, I admire certain like sports people, sports legends. But
Uh-huh.
really, you know, somebody I look up to like that. You know, my uncle. You know what I mean? Big Unc. You know what I mean? I look up to him. You know what I'm saying? But as an inspiration, and he inspires me in a lot of ways too. But really inspires me will have to be me. Have to be me all day, every day. Myself. Just thinking about everything that I've gone through, everything I survived, and everything that I've been allowed to be blessed to experience, and I humbly take it in. It has to be me, most definitely. I choose me.
Mm-hmm.
As far as I would say, as far as friends who inspire me, I would say at this time, I would say definitely you and three, most definitely. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely. Um,
Appreciate it.
just seeing your growth from everything. You know what I mean? From everything. I'm not gonna get into all in three story because it ain't really everybody's business. Most of you already know, but the viewers don't. So, um, but there's personal things, there's family things, there's a lot of things that M3 had to overcome and deal with, and he's done it all. And the fact that he's able to, do different things and pursue different passions, and still be, you know, um, a great resource to others, and just him taking his platform to where it's at. You know what I mean? It's been incredible. So I would say, as a friend, as a family member, I would say, man, that's hard. Um, I would say, as a family member, mm, I'll probably say my brother again as a family member. I'll probably say him again because of just all the stuff that I've seen him going through, and just him being a business owner, him just doing different things, adventuring different things. I would have to say him as a family member. You know what I'm saying? There's family members that are no longer here who I admire, and I guess they do inspire me in some retrospect. But inspiration, I feel like, is somebody that's actually here, that is tangible, that you can see. But I guess it could be somebody that's not around too. Whatever floats somebody's boat, whatever helps them be inspired. Amen. That's all it
Yeah.
is.
No, I feel you.
Okay.
Mm.
Um,
Okay. DJ Eddie, you had a question you want to ask?
yes. Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question, Mr. Hall of Fame. As far as religion, what do you believe in? Because there's some people that believes in like Muhammad. There's some people that believe in the Trinity. There's some people that believe that Jesus is God, and some people think he's the Son of God. What do you believe in?
I'm a Christian. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely a Christian. Um, with that being said, I do believe in a Christian religion that we don't know everything. We don't. There's a lot of things that have been misinformed, misused. We've been miseducated on a lot of religion, or just religion itself. So I think with religion, we gotta, we gotta use it as a source of inspiration, but we gotta understand that a lot of things that we're reading, a lot of it has been interpreted to our language, but then our language is not the original language. The original language is Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? So when you read something in Hebrew,
Yes,
it may
sir.
have a different meaning than it does in English. You feel what I'm saying? You
Yes,
know,
sir.
and if you're translating something, it's a translation. That doesn't mean that you actually getting the meaning right.
Mm.
And some people in Christianity just take it too far, man. You know what I mean? They start taking it too far. Like, I was talking to this one cat, and he blatantly lied about something. I'm like, yo, you lied about that. Like, but the Lord was with me and my family. I'm like, he ain't with till you lied. What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? But this is the craziness that people believe, man. They, they take it to the hill, man. Like, it's crazy. But I do believe that sometimes people don't take it seriously enough. Whereas, if you say that you're gonna live by a certain code or a certain ethic, you should do your best to do that. Now, in that, we got to understand with religion. That's why religion is there, because we're not perfect. You know, religion is there because you're not perfect. You know what I mean? You're not perfect, and you need help. You know what I'm saying? We all need help. So I think in religion, some people use it as a way to do whatever they want, and then some people use it as a way to make themselves feel like they're better than somebody. And if you misusing it for that, you start getting on that Twilight Zone time. Oh man, And even the Bible warns you about that. It warns you about being warped. You know what I'm saying? About you basically using the scripture, using other things to come up with your own translations and come up with your own meanings. And baby, that's not what it's for. It's to inspire you and for you to help other people, not judge other people, not put other people down. You know what I'm saying? And when you start using a religion for that, then yeah, that's when it starts to turn ugly. And a lot of people do that. You know, a lot of people say, "Oh, well, you know, that person ain't not right," but yet you done lied, steal, and did a whole bunch of other stuff. But you try to judge somebody else. You know, even my family, my spouse could tell you, I don't get involved in people's stuff, man. I really do not. I really keep out of stuff for real. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm not God, and whatever life you choose to live is on you as an adult. You ain't hurting no kids. You ain't trying to murder nobody, nothing like that. You trying to take advantage of nobody. I don't care what you do. That's on you. You know what I'm saying? You could marry a Xbox if you want. That's on you. You know what I mean? You got to figure that out. So yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I got another question. If nobody else,
Wait, I gotta say something real quick.
okay.
I got shout outs to the unicorn.
Yeah.
Unicorn, hey,
Yeah.
what's going on?
What's going
Unicorn,
on?
thank you for watching our channel, the live stream. Like, feel free to help the boy out. You know, get those likes up. Also, I want to give a shout out to the people on Facebook. My aunt Charlene is watching, and Miss Annie is also watching too.
Hey, how
And we
y'all
also
doing?
Shout out
have
to everybody, for real.
BK Apologist that's watching as well too.
All right.
BK,
All right, all
What's
right.
good
going on,
evening to
big
you.
bro?
Thank
Yes,
you for
sir.
watching.
Yes, sir.
So,
Yeah.
while you're here, definitely please, give us a free like, if you may. And she says, "How is everyone tonight?" Well, we are doing good.
We good. We
We
good.
are
Awesome.
interviewing none other than the great Mr. Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes,
I
sir.
do have a question.
Okay. All right. Hold on, DJ. I gotta get to a different person real quick, and then I'll go back to you. What's your question, First Lady?
Okay, so my question is, out of all of the accomplishments that you have, Mr. Hall of Fame,
Mm-hmm.
which one had the most meaning? Which one was most meaningful to you, and why?
Oh man, the most meaningful accomplishment to me had to be me graduating and completing high school. Because there was so much going on at the time. There was a parent of mine who was going through some health issues. And there was a lot of just instability in my home. And as a child, as a youth at that time, as I was becoming an adult, it was really hard for me to concentrate. And I think with that, coupled with, I think I just had a lot of defense mechanisms, and a lot of pride. I wound up failing my math regent for the final time, and I wasn't able to retake it. And I had to take it in summer school, and that was humbling. I'd never been in summer school since I was a little kid. And that wasn't because I did bad in school. It was because, my mama just was at work, and I had to get some free lunch. Y'all know how it is. You know what I mean? The free lunch program, you feel me? Them free lunches was popping too in the summer, man. You know what I mean? Them chocolate milks and all that. You know what I mean? You know what it is, DJ Eddie? No, we do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Right smack in the hood. You know what I mean? Free lunch program. Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Bright early in the morning, 8 o'clock. I was right there. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so that was humbling, but I was having a hard time, and my teacher did warn me, you know what I mean, but there was so much going on just mentally, emotionally inside of me as a youth. I didn't know how to really handle it, and I know how to express it. So that really suppressed my learning curve. And that's why I say kids at every level, even when they're about to become an adult, they still need that parental support and help. It never ends. You know what I'm saying? They always need it. They always gonna need that parent. Even when they're as an adult. Man, as an adult, they probably need you even more. You know what I mean? They don't understand credit and all that other stuff, you know what I mean? Or intimacy or just different things, buying a car or starting a bank account. They don't know nothing like that. And those things are super important. Oh, believe they are. You know what I mean? So, I find the right career. They don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I just needed some parental guidance and some support, and that just wasn't there. And I had to just really key in and focus. I was like, man, I ain't doing. I'm not. My goal was like, I'm not going back to that school. Like, I'm doing this for the summer, and then I'm out, and I'm enjoying the rest of my summer. So I focused. The test was like, like the week after July 4th or the week before, and I passed it, but I just passed it by 1 point. Like I just made, I think I probably spelled my name right or something, whatever it was. But I passed it by 1 point, and man, oh, whoo, brother was relieved. I was happy. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? I knew I can get my, my Nelly Hot Boy summer on. You know what I mean? I was like, man, you know what I mean? Free at last. So I was happy, and then it was on to the workforce, and that was a whole different ball game. Then that was a whole bunch of other challenges. But yeah, that was my greatest accomplishment because I was having a hard time, but I really just focused. Even though I was afraid, I didn't want to be there. I was partially embarrassed, but once I focused and honed in and I did it, I was like, man, like this is incredible. Like once I did it, I was like, if I could do that, I can do anything. I can do anything, because math is not me, not at all. No.
Right. Okay. DJ 80, I'm gonna go after you, and then I'm sorry, not I'm saying it wrong. I'm gonna let you go next, and then after that, I'm gonna answer the number 3 question. I think what I'm gonna do, like for the questions, I'm gonna have 2 people, like ask a question at a time, if y'all guys want to, and then 2 different people for the next question.
Okay. What's your favorite jams from New York? You gotta tell me.
Ooh, y'all got mad jams, yo.
Oh man. Oh, here we go.
Y'all got mad
The list will
jams,
go on.
man.
Let's hear this.
You know what I
Woo!
mean? You know what I'm saying? I got, like Guy, you know what I mean? Aaron Hall, you know what I mean?
Yes,
You know
sir.
what I'm saying? Groove me, baby, tonight, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, yo, you
Yes, sir.
can't groove me, you know what I'm saying? Yo, oh, man, groove me. So you got me going now, man. You got me going. You got me going. You know what I mean? Guy, you know what I'm saying? Of course, Slick Rick, you know what I mean? Airbnb Rakim, you
Yes,
know what I
sir.
mean? Chub Rock, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chubbs, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? It's just so many things. Naughty by Nature, you know what I
Yes.
mean? OPP, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All that, man. Oh
Mm-hmm.
man. It's so many, man. It's so many.
The
I'll say okay,
Onyx.
so yeah, so what I'll do is I'll break it down by stages in my life. So I would say childhood, it would definitely be OPP Naughty by Nature. I didn't know what they were saying, but that was my jam. That and Chris Cross, but Chris Cross ain't really from the tri-state, so I'm not gonna count them. I would say as a teenager, I would say it would have been what's my favorite song as a teenager from New York? Um Man, let me think. From New York, because New York music had changed by then. And it was kind of like, you know, East Coast and West Coast music. It was both kind of back and forth. And I like Tupac more than I like Biggie. So you know what I mean? You
Yeah.
know, you know what I'm saying? Which a lot of East Coast people kind of frowned upon, but yeah, it was what it was. I just like Tupac more. You know what I'm saying? Um, I know. Okay, I know what my jam was back in the day. It was a 112 song called "You Come See Me." You know what I mean? Baby, you can
Mhm.
come see me. Woo! That was my jam back in the day. That was my jam. That was my jam. That 112 joint. Yeah, that was my jam as a teenager. As an adult, it would have to be dang. I would say, ooh, that's a tough one. Um, Man, it'll be either Jay-Z cut, man, or either 50 Cent cut, man. Probably in the club, 50 Cent, most definitely. Yeah. That was it. That was my joint. That was my joint. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
I gotta give a shout outs to a Sip of D. She says you down with OPP.
Yeah,
You
you
know,
know
you know
me.
me. You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Mr. Hall of Fame, can you answer this question just real quick
Most
before I get to
definitely.
number three?
Most
So
definitely.
Unicorn says, where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Um, unlocking the Matrix. No, I'm joking. I am the one. Next 5 years. They're coming for me, but I got them. Next 5 years, man. You know what I mean, healthy, fit. You know what I mean. Gotta have my sexy on. You know what I mean. You know what I mean, my trapezius muscles and all that. You know what I mean. Gotta get my sexy on for real, healthy and fit. You know what I mean, on an island somewhere with a boat. You know what I mean, and just chilling, man, just chilling. You know what I mean. But I would say home life would be like 3 cats, 2 dogs. You know what I'm saying. Nice view, all that, man. And career wise, it'll be so many different things career wise I will have popping off, man. Of course, our stream will be, on a whole different level by then. I have some culinary businesses I have popping off, other businesses I have popping off, and then, family wise, personally wise, man, I just, that would be kind of just, that'll kind of be just kind of wherever God shows me I need to do as far as family and stuff like that. But personally, yeah, just chilling, enjoying life, and just um, doing things cool. I don't really do like the 5 year, 2 year, 3 year goal type thing. I don't do that. It's to me, it's like if I want to do something, I'm just gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I'm really passionate about it, I don't care if it takes 10 years. If I really want to do something, I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how long it takes me. So no matter what field it is, no matter what it is, if I really want to do it and I'm passionate about it, I'm gonna put my foot to that dirt. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna take that shovel and I'm gonna dig. I'm gonna make it happen. I'll make it work. I'm not putting in the work and putting in the pain, doing what I got to
Mhm.
do. So yeah.
Okay, okay. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get to the number three question. All right, number three is, let's see. Ooh, this is interesting. What got you interested in the computer industry, in the tech
Wow.
industry?
Wow. That kind of was a excuse me. That kind of was a hidden blessing in disguise because I was working in the retail industry and I had prayed, about this and I said, God, I'm tired of being here. I'm tired of these people. Tired of my coworkers. Like I can't do this no more. Like I have a love for it, but it's draining. Like, people don't appreciate you, your coworkers don't appreciate you. Like I'm like, God, I know I have other talents. Just show me what I need to do. And somebody I knew in this faith group that I used to go to, this organization I used to go to back in the days, they was like, hey man, I know you have a lot of customer service experience. Why don't you come work for my startup? And I was like, man, I ain't got no computer skills. He's like, look, man, you know how to work with people. You have good customer service skills. That's what we're looking for. We could teach you everything else. And so I applied. Of course, they rejected me because a brother ain't have no computer skills. Shout out to Luann Love. Shout out Luann. What's going on? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. So Luann.
Appreciate you too, sister. Most definitely. Um, yeah, I ain't have no computer skills. So I'm like, so they rejected me. So I called homie back. I said, look, man, they rejected me, man. Like I tried, but they rejected me. He said, let me see if I can pull some strings. So the brother, pull some strings, and man, I got the interview and I got in. You know, and at first, the
Mm.
first 2-3 years was rocky because I wasn't certified. I wasn't certified, so the pay structure wasn't what it needed to be. You know, then I got my certification, and then everything changed.
Yeah.
Everything changed. That piece of paper, y'all know what it is. Mrs. M3 know what it is. Once you get that piece of paper, oh man, everything changes. You get certified in the field. Whoo, man, the money start coming in. Things start changing. Your life changes. That's why education is so important. You got to be educated and you got to be certified. And that's one thing I want to tell people of color. You know, if you're certified in the field, can't nobody stop you. You know what I mean? Nobody can stop you. You know, I don't care what they say. I don't care what they do. When you got that paper, you can show them, hey, I'm certified. You have to pay me this. They have no other choice. You know what I mean? They have no other choice. You know, and then they have to respect you. Then you're respectable in what you do. So please, Black people, get certified in what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's extremely important. That's just as important, if not important, than your credit, honestly. Because even with your credit, you can kind of finagle that and work around it. But if you ain't certified in the field, they can let you go at any time. They can say, "Oh, you're not certified. You don't have this degree. We can't keep you." And then there's nothing you can do. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, please, Black people, get certified. My African people get certified. My Afro-Latin people get certified for real.
Yeah, that's true. You know, certification is the way to go.
Yeah.
Build up some skills and all that.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, Anybody else have any questions for Hall of Fame? And then chat, also feel free to ask Mr. Hall of Fame any questions that you like. Now is the chance. Let's see. All right. Well, we won't get to the number 4 because we got like a lot to ask anyway still on the list. All right. So number 4 is what has been like your biggest personal struggles, and what are your biggest personal strengths?
I would say my biggest personal struggle is growing up without one parent. That is definitely the biggest personal struggle. You know what I mean? I think everything else is relative. You know what I mean? Money comes and goes. Heck, man, even your health comes and goes. You know, there's one day you feel great, next day you don't. Especially nowadays, you know, with all these types of disease and variants and all these things going around, you never know. You know what I mean? And, so everything comes and goes. But when you don't have, somebody in there that's supposed to be there, it takes a lot. It takes a lot, and even if as you grow older, you start to understand more and more of their ideals, principles, their ideologies, their thought process, and who they are as a human being. It makes it easier, but it still hurts. You know what I'm saying? And you still feel like, you still see and you know that there's things that have hindered you because of that. Because when both parents are not present, that child is not getting all the things that they need, and shout out to the single parents, you know what I mean? Shout out to all the single moms, you know what I mean? All the single dads who holding it down. You know what I mean? We got some on the panel. I ain't gonna shout her out. She knows she is. But yeah, shout them out. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to them because they're doing a job of 2 people. And doing a job of 1 person is hard. Doing a job of 2 people is dang near impossible. And if they're able to do that, that's very, very commendable. So I would say that is the hardest thing to deal with and overcome. You know what I mean? Because you still have to be a man. You still got to be productive in society. You still got to be, if you are a spouse or you aren't a spouse, wherever walk of life you're at, you still have to do that. You know what I mean? And whether you're single or not, you still have to do that. And you still just got to be happy and maintain your life. So, it just makes life a lot more difficult. So that's why I tell people, man, before you lay down and you get down, be responsible. Be responsible and understand what you're doing. If you bring that life into this world, they're gonna need you, and they're gonna need you full time. You know what I'm saying? If you're not there full time, it's gonna really hurt and hinder, and possibly destroy that person's life. You don't want that on your hands. So yeah.
Right. Let's give a shout out to E Black TV.
E Black TV, my guy.
E Black, what's up? E Black.
What up, my guy?
I got a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mr. Hall of Fame. Okay, when it comes to the NBA, can you please tell us who is the team you run it with? And if you had a choice, what squad would you put together to bring chaos to the NBA?
And that could be all time, right? I can choose whoever I want, right?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay. I'm running with the Lakers, man, because of the man LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? That's the man. You know what I mean? Born the same year, 84 babies, you know what I'm saying? we went thick, we went tight. You know what I mean? We do it all right. You know what I'm saying? You know, I'm born in April '84. He born in December '84. You know, but it's all good. If I had an all-time team to put together, at point guard number one, I gotta have Magic Johnson, man.
Magic Johnson.
Magic is the point guard.
He had to go back.
Yeah, I mean, who else you gonna choose as point guard? You know what I mean? The only other guy I would choose outside of him, if you said, okay, Magic is cheating, and you said I gotta just choose a pure guard, I gotta go with my man AI. Almost definitely. The answer. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Out of Newport News, Virginia. Most definitely got to go with my man AI. You know what I mean? But, yeah, point guard, you know, if you said I can choose anybody, I'll put Magic. I mean, he's 6'8". He's a point guard. You ain't beating that. You know what I mean? Then two guard, of course, is Jordan. That's just cheating. You know what I mean?
That is cheating.
Three is LeBron. That's cheating, too. And at the four kind of get a little iffy for me. You know? I kind of wouldn't know who to choose with the four. That's kind of a hard one. But I would go with, if I'm choosing a four, I'm gonna go with my man Kevin Garnett, man. You know what I'm saying? KG, man. I love Kevin Garnett, man. Kevin Garnett just got that game, man. He got the animal, and he can get up and down the court. He's versatile. The defense is crazy. You know what I mean? And at five, I gotta go with the man Shaq Diesel. You know what I mean? Shaqism, you know what I mean? The Diesel, Superman. Yeah. You know what I mean? Big Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Most definitely. That'll be my five. And I wouldn't lose. I doubt I would lose. You know, because you can't come in the paint, you know what I mean? And you ain't going to outshoot me. You ain't going to outscore me. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Grizzly Bear said, Grizzly Bear Production says, yo, what up, y'all?
What's good, Grizz?
So shout out to Grizzly Bear Productions.
What's going on, bro?
Yeah.
Access Entertainment as well in the house. Yes, sir.
All right. Mr. MT, did you have a question you want to ask? I just want to check in.
Yes, for those of us that are like not true sports fans, but we'll watch it if it's on TV. Can you tell us what is up and coming for the sports cast on Knowledge and Relationships, Mr. Hall of Fame?
Most definitely. So the sports cast will be on Sundays, and our first thing that we will cover will be the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury trilogy, and the scandal and everything else is going on with that. You know, we're gonna talk about the tampered gloves. We're gonna talk about both fights. We're gonna talk about both boxers, their history, what they mean to the game, and both are controversial. You know, some people like both, some people hate both. So it's gonna be a very interesting topic. And I already got videos for that. I'll tell DJ Eddie I got the videos and all that.
But sure, yes, sir.
We're gonna really get into that, to all those fights, man. I can't wait till to get it on, man. That's both fights have been excellent so far. So that third fight should be even more crazy. I would say after that, then we're gonna cover the NBA season, but we also gonna talk about the Curry family drama right now, man. You know, unfortunately,
family drama, man.
Yeah, we're gonna get into the whole, you know, Aisha Curry asking for attention from other men. We're gonna get into, you know, Del Curry getting that divorce from his wife. We're gonna get into all that, man. We're gonna get into all
we gotta cover our Brittany Renner too, man. She made a post
that's
today.
coming up too. Brittany Renner and PJ.
Like the top right now,
you know,
man. I'm telling you.
She making crazy videos. Looking.
But you know what? You know, I might have to make a topic on that real soon about her, because she's losing it.
Yeah.
But you know, this is not about her. It's about you, Mr. Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
And Sip Of Dee says that's right. Winners never quit, and quitters never win.
Thank you, sister. Thank you. Shout out to Sip Of Dee. You know what I mean? She got some ill content coming up. Most definitely. She has some great content coming up.
Yeah, definitely. You don't look out for her. As a matter of fact, this is her YouTube channel. So if you guys can type in a Sip of Dee, hopefully you'll be able to find her YouTube channel. So shout out to her.
Most definitely.
You know, and look up Access Entertainment, Grizzly Bear Productions. You know, hit him up as well too. But anyway,
he wrapped up his 15th episode. I mean, shoot, what was the first episode?
you know that that would be a question that we would have to ask them whenever, like, if we ever do an interview with them. But
Okay.
Without further ado, let's go get to the number 4 question. All right, number 4.
Oh, before the fourth question, right? Can I ask? Can I ask you one more question? One more question. Okay, sorry. Okay, Mr. Hall of Fame. Like, growing up in the streets, with 9 times out of 10, we are going to get into, a fist fight with someone in the streets 9 times out of 10. Growing up, right? Who was your favorite boxer growing up, and did that boxer want, as far as fist fighting in the streets, did that boxer made you stoop to that level to, for you to defend yourself, to fight back?
Hell no. Nah. I avoided all drama. I was a nerd, man. I love comic books. I love video games. I avoid all that, and I just had a lot of real life serious situations going on that, just with my family and overall. I lost a lot of family. I even had a cousin that passed away 2 weeks before my birthday. There was a lot of different things as a kid that was going on with me, and then I had a parent that was missing. So there was a lot of trauma going on with me, with the family already. So, man, when it came to the streets, man, I just tried to avoid that at all possible because I already had enough stuff at home. You know what I mean? So being bullied at school and stuff like that's stuff that happened here and there, but I never brought it to different family members, and I could have, and it could have got ugly, but I never wanted that. And truth be told, I always felt sorry for people who stooped to that level because I didn't want, even though if they were bullying me, I always had a heart to go for people, man. I didn't want them to be hurt, man. I don't want them to feel the pain that they was giving to me, because I knew if I was to get certain people involved, those people would not be around, man. They would not be around. You know what I mean? If I would have got the teenagers and kids in my family involved, they would have had a very long day. They would have had a bad day. You know what I'm saying? And some people probably wouldn't even be here. You know what I mean? And that's not what I wanted. That's not what I wanted for people at all, man. I just wanted to have fun and be a kid and enjoy life. But my favorite boxer growing up, oh man, it's a couple, man. Of course, Tyson.
Yes, yes.
Tyson from Brownsville. You know what I mean? That was the homie, man. Still Mike Tyson. He made it. He made out the hood.
Yeah. The Mike Tyson.
You know what I'm saying? The Mike Tyson.
Man. Mike Tyson.
The Mike Tyson.
Yes, the Mike Tyson. You know what I mean? The greatest to come out of Brownsville. Yes, sir. I would say I like Oscar De La Hoya for a little bit too. I love this craftsmanship and just how he as a boxer, the way he would box and just he knew how to box. You know what I'm saying? A lot of boxers don't know how to box, but De La Hoya knew how to box. You know what I'm saying? He knew how to throw his hands, and he would study a fighter and just break him down. Then I would say, Roy Jones, man. Woo!
Roy Jones.
Roy
Jones Jr. You can't leave him out.
Roy Jones used to like that. The way he would be dancing in the ring and all that, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Hit you with a jab, bop, bop, bop. You know what I mean? Oh, man. Roy Jones, RJJ.
He made it look so easy in the ring. Oh man.
He was so smooth. Put the hands behind his back and bop you and knock you out. Oh,
yes.
Then, of course, Bernard Hopkins. I had my B-Hop figure. Bernard Hopkins was so hood, man.
Yes. Bernard Hopkins. Man. Salute to Bernard Hopkins. Man. Salute.
Every time you see Bernard Hopkins, you're like, man, I want to go to the corner store, man. Every time you see him, man, he just reminds you of that element, man. He was just so neighborhood. He was so hood. I love him. But he was so real, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would say Mayweather too. I like Mayweather, later on. Now, I like Triple G a lot. I like Triple G. I like Wilder. I like Deontay Wilder.
Yes, sir.
I also like Anthony Joshua too. Because I like boxers who know how to box, man. Anthony Joshua knows how to box, man.
Yeah.
His power is so underrated, man. To me, he's like a better version of Lennox Lewis. Like if Lennox Lewis could really recast himself, he would be Anthony Joshua. Because Joshua's he's like Lennox Lewis plus 2. Like, he's incredible. Don't like Tyson Fury that much, man. You know what I mean? I feel like he doesn't really take the game as seriously as he needs to. But He's very talented. He's a very smart man. Don't get me wrong. He's very intelligent. But I don't really like him as a boxer. But yeah, those inspire me in boxing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I got something that a question from.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Now, before I even read this, right? Shout outs to the people in the Facebook chat. Rick Redford was watching us as well too, so I want to say salute to him, sir. And Luann is still watching, so definitely salute to her. Now, Sip of Dee says, with the audacity, should women run the household?
No, come on, stop playing. No,
I can't believe she said that.
No, not at all.
So
they don't want to. They don't want to run the household, and that's the thing. I think in Western culture, women have been forced to do things that's out of their element. Other cultures, the women don't have to do that. And I don't agree with like arranged marriages and all that. I think that's wrong in other cultures. I think that's absolutely wrong. You shouldn't make somebody marry somebody they don't love because that's a lifetime commitment. That's wrong.
Definitely
no. And I don't believe that women shouldn't be able to go outside and read and all that. I think some coaches take it way too far. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna name those coaches because we respect our coaches. Even the ones that are foul at times, because Western culture is foul, and we still support a lot of things they do. So, I think in other cultures, the women don't have to do a lot of things that men force women to do now. In Western culture, and I think that women in this culture, in Western culture, they have to step up and be more than what they desire to be. Because the men a lot of times choose not to be fathers, they choose not to be husbands, they choose not to be, steady boyfriends or whatever, and be responsible and really take care and really, be there and guide and lead a woman. They're not doing that. Now listen, that don't mean with your woman that you like I said, like you overly take over her like you her dad or a dictator, but also don't mean that you have to let her do whatever she want as well. You know what I mean? Like it ain't that either. Like she can't be running over you like you the pavement. Like that don't work either.
Definitely.
And also, I've heard a lot of men say, "Happy wife, happy life." That's crap. Okay, that's all garbage. Because if you both ain't happy, guess what? It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It can't be happy husband, happy home. That's not gonna work either. You know what I mean? That ain't gonna work, bro. You can't always be happy. She's not happy. That's not going to work. You know what I mean? Because she's miserable, and you think you're happy, but you're really not. You're really insecure. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you get a thrill of what you're doing, but you're really insecure. You're not really a man. You're being a male. You're being a boy. You know what I'm saying? Stop being a boy. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, what I mean? Sometimes with this happy wife, happy life thing, some guys think that they have to take care of these women like they're their own child. And it's like, nah, man, if she's an adult, if she can't eat, think, breathe, and do things on her own as an adult, then she got some problems. You need to go see a doctor or something like that. Because she should be able to hold her own as a human being and as an adult. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is also with women, this is one thing I also want to tell them, because, I ain't going to just get on the men. I'm going to get on the women too. Stop putting men in situations that you can't get yourself out of. You know what I mean? Don't be causing interruptions in the household and causing all types of drama in the household. And you can't defend yourself or get yourself out of those situations. So you causing all the drama. You know what I'm saying? And you causing drama with the kids, you causing drama with everybody. Like, you know what I mean? You causing drama with their friends and their peoples and their family. You causing all this drama, but you're not able to get yourself out of this drama. The man got to come rescue you like he's Superman, and no man want to do that. Trust me, he do not.
Well,
you know we got enough going on as men. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? Don't put yourself in a situation you can't get yourself out of. Stop making your man feel like he got to be Rambo out here, because, Rambo was a movie. You know what I mean? It's not real. Ain't no way no person jumping out of water, shooting about 30 people, and you don't never get hit. That's not happening. You don't get lit up too, okay? So stop putting them in situations where you got to be Rambo, And guys, like I said, stop doing things where you are either controlling women or you're making them feel less than, and you're not building them up, Because the most beautiful thing is to build your woman up, man. As a man, you want to see your woman built up and having fun, and her femininity. She's enjoying herself. You know what I mean? You're taking care of different things in the house. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The house is organized. She's happy. You're happy. And y'all just chilling, man. And if you have kids, the kids is happy. Everybody happy, and they all doing their own thing. And then you can come together as a group. You know what I'm saying? And I want to make this last point. That's another big thing. You both have to have something that you both love to do. You know what I mean? You can't be sweating your girl too much. She can't be sweating you too much. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both have to have your own personalities, own hobbies, own strengths, and then you come together at times and be there and help, and have your times, together. And me, I like to do family style with everything. You know what I'm saying? So I like to have me, the person I'm with, and everybody included. You know what I mean? I love doing that, man, because I just love the company of having good people around and having family. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
I heard something
Uh,
today, Mr. Hall of Fame, just a
Mhm.
little moment of reflection. I heard something today, and I want to know what your opinion is on it. So the person was talking about basically longevity in relationships, marriage relationships specifically, but
Mhm.
the person said in a study, statistically, couples that stay together when they did a like a what do you call it? It's like a little snippet of their day.
Mhm.
So when they poll them, because people can't remember everything they ever said, but when they poll them, they look at their week, a month, or however. Couples that are going to couples therapy or what have you. 5 put downs in 100 words, couples tended to stay together. 10 put downs in 100 words, couples tended to divorce. What is your take on that? How relationships, how people say words don't hurt, but in that specific study, it showed the more, 1/10 of, or 100th, no, I don't know, 1/10 of what they were saying were put downs, and those couples ended in divorce, whereas 5 out of 100 words were put downs, and those couples tend to have longevity. What do you think about that?
Yeah, you should. Neither the man or the woman should be putting each other down. That's abuse. You know what I'm saying? And you shouldn't be abusing your partner. You know what I'm saying? Whether you're a man or a woman, it's not good for men to be cursing at women and putting them down. It ain't good for a woman to be cursing at men and putting them down. That's not a gentleman, and that's not ladylike. You know what I'm saying? And people look at you like, who raised you? You know what I'm saying? Like, where does this person come from? Who is this person? And other people don't want you around them. Then they don't want you in their house. They don't want you nowhere around them, because they like, man, if he treats the person that he's committed to for life like this, how you gonna treat me? Or how's she gonna treat me? She ain't gonna treat me no better. She ain't gonna want to be around that person. You know what I mean? So if you want to have a bad reputation, then yeah, do that foolishness. You know what I'm saying? You as a man, you want to call your woman out her name and put her down, and have her cry and say, yeah, man, I did that so I could control her. So you think you're a big man now. You're not a big man. You're weak. You know what I mean? And if she leaves, you're gonna be crying like a little baby. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be telling all your friends, oh man, she left me. Good, she left you. You know what I mean? I'm glad she's doing better. Because
Mm.
you're a loser. You know what I'm saying? And for women, yeah, definitely for women, it really looks bad on women, because women supposed to have a certain elegance and charm and be ladylike. There's nothing. The only thing more powerful than a powerful man is a powerful woman. When a woman is she being ladylike, man, it's the most beautiful thing in the world. When she not being ladylike, if she all cussing and fussing, that looks really bad, man. And then other men ain't gonna want to date you, and that's really bad, because women, women, they need that male influence. I mean, men need women influence too at a certain point. But women really, they pride themselves on that. They grow up wanting to be wives, and that's something that a woman does. A man he don't grow up thinking about being a husband. He grew up thinking about when the game coming on. You know what I'm saying? He may have certain women that he like or admire or whatever, but his focus is different. You know what I mean? And he's not thinking about being a husband or whatever. He should be taught those things on how to be a good man and a good husband. Yes, but that's not really a man's focus. But women from birth, no matter if they ratchet or not, they're thinking about marriage. They're thinking about being a wife, or being somebody's wife, or being somebody's mother. That's just something that in society we've been pushing. So yeah, abuse is not good on any level. Don't abuse your partners, people. It makes you look bad. It makes you have a bad reputation. And guess what? When you back out in the dating pool, once you get dumped, ain't nobody gonna want to deal with you.
Right.
So what would you say to young men who are currently listening to the Manosphere and missing the whole message about respecting each other? Like they only hear the dominate and alpha, and they're not hearing that message of respect. What would you say to men who they are going to become the leaders of a household,
Mm-hmm.
who the women may not have that same message, right? They might not be getting that same message. How would you teach a new couple, a young couple, the importance or the value of one another beyond the sex, beyond the what the alpha dominance? What does respect look like for that young couple that are growing up in this generation? What would you say to them?
I would say that overall, whether you're a young couple or you're a new couple, you've been married 30 or 40 years, treat somebody the way you want to be treated. You want to be treated right. You walk in a restaurant, you want the whole restaurant to sit down for you. You want to be seated in the seat that you want to be seated in. You want your food to come on time. You want everything to be structured right for you. So if you want that for yourself, then you should do that for the person that you're dedicated to. You know what I'm saying? You want to be treated correctly, so treat the other person correctly. Because if not, like I said, when they leave you, oh man, whoo, it's gonna be more. It's gonna be more tears in your eyes and water coming out your eyes, and it's gonna be water in the river. I'm telling you, you're gonna be crying. And the thing is, people listen to you, but ain't too many people gonna console you because of your behavior. You know what I'm saying? So if you have disgusting behavior and you're not respecting them, then yeah, you're not gonna go anywhere with that. And for men who are taking it too far left, or just men, they gotta understand, when you do that, you're just showing insecurity. You're not showing that you're a man. When you're taking it too far left and you're abusing women and you're not showing the proper respect, you're not, you're not showing masculinity. You're showing actually femininity. You know what I'm saying? Women are more emotional than men. They're the ones who, sometimes lose their mind in a relationship. That happens with them sometimes. Men are supposed to be logical. We're supposed to think. That's why we're leaders. A leader thinks before he moves. That's what makes you a leader. That's what makes you a man. You know what I mean? Your woman could be saying this and saying that. She could be having a moment. And in your logic, you're supposed to be able to say, help her out, correct her, direct her, and then encourage her. You know what I'm saying? Hey, honey, listen, this ain't right. We got to do it this way. You know what I mean? But listen, I do love you, okay? I do love you. I do care about you. But this is what's going to work for us and work for you best, based on these facts. And again, you got to give your woman facts, too. You can't just tell your woman, hey, hey, go outside and go do that. Like, it don't work like that, bro. Like, you got to give her facts. You got to let her know why she got to do that. You know what I mean? Hey, look, babe, hey, can you grab this for me? Because I'm handling this right here. And when I'm handling this right here, that'll make everything else run smoother. So then she knows, okay, he not just blowing out orders. He's saying things that are going to help impact our home and make our home life better. And I do that at my home. I'll say, hey, honey, listen, I'm doing that. I'm doing this. Can you go do this? You know what I'm saying? That's going to help me do this and that. You know what I mean? Overall, then at this time, we're going to go here. And then, once we go here, then we can do that. And it makes everything run smoother because now we got a plan. As a man, you got to have a plan. I know some of you men are lazy. Yeah, I want to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're going to fail. And like I said, when she leaves you for a guy who has a plan, don't be mad. Don't be coming up on here complaining to me and M3 and DJ Eddie. We ain't going to hear you. You know what I mean? Have yourself a plan. We're telling you that right now.
Yes.
Thank you for that point.
Exactly.
That's exactly.
Yes, sir. Now,
I've shared with my husband before with Mr. M3. It's part of the reason that I accepted being chosen by him is because he shared his life, his future, his thoughts about what his future, what he wanted for the future, what he wanted to be.
Yep.
And he wasn't afraid to be vulnerable in that regard. Like some men, they're like, you can date them for months and you still don't know what's their direction in life. You know what they do now, you know what they do for work, you know what they do for, some of them might not tell you that. But you only know what you can see, and they don't let you in beyond what you can see. And that was the scary thing in my dating time. You know, suitors that were just very, you know, yeah, today is fun. And even, you know, they might choose me several times to go on a date with, but I only knew about them and what they were doing in their life in that current space of time. And that kind of without vision, without, like, there's a scripture, and I believe in the scriptures, for lack of vision, the people perish.
Yep.
So if I can't see where you're leading me, I'm not going to follow you into the dark per se. One of us has to know where we're going. If it's God leading you, amen, I got that. We can go into the dark and he's going to be our light. But in the regard of like just not knowing at all, I don't know and you don't know, and I have my desires and I know what my future looks like, but I don't know how that's going to be affected by the things that you dream, because I don't know your dreams or you're not sharing your dreams. That was what put me off by a lot of people that I dated. And Mario was one of the persons, sorry, Mr. Impri was one of the persons that I really appreciated, would share about his life and his goals and who he was becoming more so than, more so than,
All right,
than
Mr.
that.
All right, I gotta get to
Mr.
number 5
Impri,
question.
sorry.
Hold on, Mark. Before you get to the number 5 question, hold on. Let me ask Mr. Hall of Fame one more question. So, Mr. Hall of Fame, okay, back in our time, back in our days, we didn't have the technology that we have today, which is on a high time level.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think having this type of technology is a good thing, or it could be a bad thing?
I think technology is a good thing. It's like anything. It depends on how you use it. You know what I'm saying? If you use it for positivity and to network and to do great things, the results are going to be incredible for you. Use it for negativity, you're going to get negative results. It's all what you use it for. You know what I'm saying? It's all what you use it for. But I also think people have to understand, you know, the things that you're doing online, you know, it's like entertainment. It's not really there for your personal life. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's not, it's really there as a resource. Now, it may impact your personal life in certain ways, but you need to understand, if you want better results for things that are in your personal life, you have to do things that you enjoy in your personal life. You know what I'm saying? You can't just go on the internet and just think that you're gonna find everything on the internet. It don't work that way. It don't work that way. It just don't. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna make this point to what Mrs. Impey was saying. You know, it's important for, look, man, and I say this to women all the time. If you were to do for over a year or two, and he's still not telling you he want to get married, then you need to leave him, because he don't want to be with you like that. He don't like you like that, girl. He don't. You know what I'm saying? He don't like you like that. So get out of that relationship. If it's over, if you get into a year and a half, 2 year mark, and he's still talking, he's talking about he don't want to move and all that, make a move for him. Get him out of there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, because he's not serious about you. He don't want to be with you. You know what I mean? He playing games. A real man gonna tell you, look, you know what I mean? After a year and a half, look, we hitting that altar, girl. Tell your mom, tell your daddy, tell everybody. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go tell him. Because I'm for real. You know what I'm saying? If he ain't doing that,
What happens when it's the girl that's like, wait, like for me, I was going to school, wait, like what is the advice that you give for a guy who's, hey, okay, this is the one I chose, I don't care, so whatever she's got to do, she's doing it.
Hold on.
What do you say to that?
Hold on. No, go ahead.
Wait, hold on.
Go ahead. Let her answer the question.
No. Number 5. What was the best advice what was the best advice that you were given, and who gave it to you? Why was that the best advice?
Because I'm gonna answer this quickly, because I do want to answer everybody's questions, and I do want to get to the comments.
Yeah, that's what we're trying to get to.
Yeah, because Grizz did say something.
One at a time, people. One at a time, though.
Yeah, Grizz did say something. I'm gonna speak to that. You know, now Grizz, you better be ready, because I'm gonna tell you the truth. Now you put it out there, so I'm gonna lay it on you. So be ready. Best advice that I was given was by my grandmother, which she said, "Watch as well as pray." You know what I'm saying? Watch as well as pray. And she always used to say, you know, to always be wise. And she would say, when I make a mistake, she said, Darrell, you got to be more, Mr. Hall of Fame, you got to be more careful. You You got to be more careful, Mr. Hall of Fame. You got to be more careful. You know what I'm saying? Got to be more careful. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to make mistakes, but I done showed you X, Y, and Z 100 times. You got to be more careful. You know what I mean? And watch as well as pray. Those were the two big advices that I've ever gotten from the same person, my grandmother. You know what I mean? Watch as well as pray. You know what I mean? So that's the best advice I ever got. But what should I cover next? Should I cover the? Well, I'm gonna cover Grizz real quick. I'm gonna knock that out real quick. That ain't gonna take me long. So
what was his question?
he said, "Come on with it." Okay. He said, "Still working on being a leader." Okay. Well, Grizz, I always told you your problem is you don't know how to say no, brother. You don't know how to say no. You gotta learn the power of no. You gotta say no. You know, you gotta stop being so nice and say no. You know who you gotta say no to.
Nope. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You gotta say no, and you gotta and your yes gotta be yes, your no gotta be no. But you gotta work on saying no, brother. You gotta work on saying no. If you don't, then your house will be chaotic and you will not have any peace. And that's all I will say.
Otherwise, it's gonna be like, bruh.
We love you, Grizz.
Yo, you and your sound effects, M3.
Nope. Thank you. And E Black says facts. That's right, facts, my guy. Facts. Go ahead, Mrs. M3. Like, for sure. Okay. What was the question that you wanted to ask Hall of Fame?
What advice do you give to the man who feels like, hey, I found my gym and I'm gonna wait for her even as she's going through school? For me, it was the fear of I couldn't do both. I couldn't be a wife and finish school. I felt like something was gonna fall through the cracks because the way that, just I explained on my interview how, taking care of my mom and how my grades went. I had a fear like I can't do both. I just couldn't. I felt like I couldn't do both. But people who feel like they can or can't are both right. I know that. And Mario was like, yeah, so when you get ready. And I was like, I'm scared, I have to finish this. I have to do this. And he's like, just the most patient man on the planet to me, Mario. Mr. M3, my lovey, Mr. M3, just the most patient man on the planet to me. And some things, there were times where I was like, my independent, I don't know who I was at that time, but I was very, can't tell me what to do, this, that, I'm going about my business. And there was one day that I knew he was the one. I was getting in my car. I thought I had told him off. I was getting in my car. I was about to slam the door, and he put his hand and he's like, "No, we're gonna finish this conversation." I was like, "That's a man." Like, I was like, "Okay." But what are you saying to me? They're like, "I found my gym, and I'm gonna wait. This is the one I've chosen." Like, he's given the chosen signals. She's accepted, but at the same time, there's fear, there's trepidation. What would you say to that kind of couple?
I would say two things. One, the most important out of all of it is you got to know what you want to put up with. And that's for a man or a woman. You got to know what you want to put up with, baby. If you want to put up with that, that's for you. Okay? If you're not willing to put up with it, it's fine. Then it ain't for you. Trust me, what's for you will be there. And and you will find everything that you're looking for and more. Now, so you gotta know what you want to put up with. Two, you gotta hold that person responsible and accountable. You know what I'm saying? So if they say that they really want to be with you, you know what I mean? Then hold them responsible and accountable, and say, "Hey, you want to be with me? This is the criteria. This is what I'm going to do for you. Then what do you want to do as well to make this happen?" And if there's any type of shakiness or any type of I don't know and all that other stuff, then yeah, then y'all don't need to be together. Bottom line, you know what I'm saying? Y'all need to be together if they are not willing to be responsible and accountable. And like I said, more importantly, the most important thing is don't agree to something that you cannot handle. Make sure you can handle what you agree upon, and that's for both men and women. You know what I'm saying? So, especially for a man, because remember, She's taking your last name, brothers. You know, she's taking your namesake. She's representing your family. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Gonna have your baby, so you gotta really focus on, hey, you know, and you remember you're gonna lead her too. So can you lead her? You know what I'm saying? Is she willing to be led? That's a whole other conversation. Is she willing to be led? Because some women are not willing to be led. They just want the benefits of a husband. They want your
Right,
money and
right.
resources, but your leadership, get out of my face. You know what I mean? Just give me your
Hey,
money, you know, your intimacy, and that's it. But DJ, rock
Mm-hmm.
on, man. I'm here.
yeah, I was trying to finish my question about technology. What I was trying to say was, like, far as right now, I want to ask you: do you think technology went a little too overboard at this time? For example, they have robots. Like the movie I, Robot. They're making those type of robots. Because we don't know what's going to happen in the next 5 years. We don't know if these things are going to take over jobs and put us out of business. We don't know. So I wanted to ask you: do you think technology went overboard a little bit, and do you also feel that the technology we had back in the day was a little bit better?
Well, remember, they've had this stuff for years. The computer been around since the 70s. We got it whenever we got it. What was that? Late 90s, early 2000s when we got a computer. But that's been around since the 70s. The computer. They just let us know about it in the 2000s. So that's 20 years. You know what I mean? So or dang near 20 years. So it's like you gotta remember, technology is whatever they want to give to us. You know what I'm saying? You know, drones and all that, they've been had that. All that stuff you're seeing, they've been had it for years, probably decades. But they just letting us know that now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you can do this with your car. Your car can direct you by itself. They've been had that. How you think when you're on a high speed chase, they able to find you so quick? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no cops around, but they able to find you. How did that happen? Because they have the technology to do that. They've been had that. And how did the cops just get to you so quick? And the car just turns so smooth, and you like, dang, I can't lose this cop. Like he driving like he in Fast and Furious or something.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, like, is it good for the people? Is it good for the people like us to have that type of technology now? Uh, uh, you know,
Well, see, the thing is that in everything in life, you got to monitor yourself. You got to check yourself. No matter what you do, it could be technology, it could be career, it could be relationships, family, whoever, food, whatever. You got to check yourself. You know what I'm saying? If you're not checking and monitoring yourself and doing your own self care and self help, which is something that I want us to talk about on our stream, especially with men's health. You know what I mean? Overall, you're not checking yourself overall. Oh, you're gonna have a long day. You know what I mean? That's whether, like I said, that's for anybody. So you got to check yourself first. So technology should only be a resource. It's like money should only be a resource. And we got to understand all the technology that we seeing. Like I said, DJ, they've been having this stuff before we even see it. So they
oh,
done,
yeah, I know, and they're just now bringing this out. But I was just saying,
yeah.
is it good for us for them just bringing it all out to us? Because
They don't.
there's been a lot of bad times when it comes to this.
But what you got to understand, DJ, is that it's about money. They don't care. They ain't thinking about us.
Mm-hmm.
We are
Oh yeah, I know
expendable,
that. I
brother.
know that.
Yeah, we
I
are
know.
expendable, brother. And that's the thing. You know, that's why I say you got to monitor and check yourself. You really have to do it on your own, and you got to have people around you that's able to check you and help you out too, and say, hey, you're gonna look too far. Because now you got the kids, man. They get so addicted to some of these video games. I remember there was a story where the kid didn't want to give up the video game. The parents took the video game, and the kid, the teenager, wound up killing the parent. Like crazy.
Oh,
You know what
damn.
I'm saying? But it's because it's because they created different things to desensitize the mind when it comes to technology. You know what I mean? So you got little Joey who's 15 and you thinking that he's just a normal kid, but nah, little Joey tripping because he's been so desensitized by technology, and the parents sometimes are working so hard to provide a lifestyle. They're not checking in with that kid to really figure out what he's going through. And they may say, "Oh, little Joey just going through a phase." No, it's bigger than the phase. You better go see what's going on with little Joey before you end up 6 feet under or worse. You know what I'm saying? So, well, that is the worst, but you wind up 6 feet under or something else happened to you. So, yeah, like we got to, like I said, we got to check ourselves and check the people that's in our house and make sure that they cool.
Yeah. Yeah, Mr. Hall of Fame. Wait, hold on, guys. I do have a guest up in here. And
Come on in.
okay, so guest, right? make sure that you're ready on camera, right? And you get to only ask maybe one or two questions. After that, we're gonna have to move on, okay? So, let me know when you're ready, guest. Go ahead and type in a private chat. Well, I think he's ready. Hold on.
Oh, what up, man? Kris, what up, baby?
Here we go.
Hey, what's
All right,
happening?
what's up,
Hello.
Chris? Mm-hmm.
What happened?
Hey, I'm trying to. Oh, I'm trying to get out the comments.
Yeah.
So,
What's going down? Talk to me.
mm-hmm.
Oh, about you talking about desensitizing kids because my son, he's like, Daddy, I want your phone, Daddy. I'm like, I'm on a business call. Daddy, I want your phone. I'm like, I'm telling him even in sign language because I'm teaching him sign language too. You need to stop. Wait, hold on.
Nope.
And but yeah, and like I'm actually trying to get him to like play outside with other kids. I mean, he's doing good with other kids, but and also too, DJ Eddie King. Okay, between iRobot, even that movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme, Cyborg, they've been doing that for years.
Okay, so Chris, right?
Listen.
What do you have for?
I know that. I know that already. But that's not the question I was asking Mr. Hall of Fame. But go ahead.
Yeah. So, Chris, what question do you have for Mr. Hall of Fame? I'll give you like at least one or two questions to ask him.
So like when actually it was about a marriage question. Like, what part of your life when you was like, okay, we need when you and your wife was like, okay, you know what, we're going through a rough patch. So basically, my question is, what when you was married, what did you do to reboot your marriage or to like, okay, let's tear this down and build it back up?
That's a good one.
I would say what I did was I saw, we sought counseling, and I also had to do a lot of healing on my part from things in my past, and my spouse did too. So there's a lot of healing and self-reflecting. Those things are things that you always have to do.
Always, yeah.
It's a process. And people, please don't be afraid of the process. Don't be afraid or ashamed. It's just life. Like, you know what I mean? Like at your job and at everything else, you're always learning and growing. Why not with your own self-care and your own self-development? You know what I mean? Or your own development with you and your spouse. Like, that's always something that you can improve on, even with your kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? So yeah, it was just seeking counseling, as well as having the right people in our lives to help us out. And also, checking in with your partner and having those deep conversations and figuring out what can happen. And two things. One, I always tell people, never be afraid to leave, but don't be afraid to stay either. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes, yeah, the relationship is over. Sometimes you got to can, and you can't stay for the kids, you can't stay for the money. It just ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? You've done everything you can, but it ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? But then don't be afraid to stay either. Don't be afraid to put in that work. You know what I mean? So sometimes you just gotta work on some things. Sometimes you just gotta tell that person how you feel. You know what I mean? You just gotta express certain emotions. They have to understand certain things. You have to understand certain things. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it ain't gonna be where it's just like, oh, okay, it's all about you or they've done everything wrong. No, there's sometimes where you have done things wrong and you haven't even realized it yet because you were taught a certain way and they're taught a certain way. Understand, remember, a relationship is two people coming from two different backgrounds. Even if they grew up in the same neighborhood, they're coming from two different backgrounds, experiences, and everything else, and they're coming together. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they become a one. Now, in that oneness, you still are your own person. So you're one, but yet you're still who you are. So you're still Grizz, even though you're one with your spouse. You know what I mean? That doesn't stop. You don't stop being the child of God that you are. You're just one
Right.
with your wife, but that doesn't separate you from your relationship with God and everybody else. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And we got to remember that. So you still got to do your passions. If you can't be in your marriage and you're not doing what you love to do, and then you just focus on your marriage, you're gonna be miserable. You're like, man, okay, this is cool. I love my partner, but I want to go outside. Can I get some ice cream? You know what I mean? Can I do this? Can I do that? Can I just enjoy life?
Have you ever thought about being a sportscaster?
Oh yeah, most definitely, yeah. I love talking about sports, but I love just talking about just things in life. Period. Whether it's relationships or sports or travel or whatever. You know what I mean? I just
Right.
love to enjoy life and talk about different things. But yeah, I I have an array of topics that I'm versed in and I can talk about. Most definitely, music too. A brother love me some music. You know what I mean? You know, I was singing the jams earlier. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Eddie had me singing the jams. But yeah, but Grizz, thanks for
Yeah.
coming on, man. Please, yo, put the spotlight on him in 3. Let him promote his brand before he roll out.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, we just shot our 15th episode of Access Entertainment, and also successfully shout out to basically everybody who is an actor, writer, or author, and basically you don't have to be Drake or Kanye West or Lil Wayne to be on that show. You can be like the person who's just started. Come on to Access Entertainment. We'll tell your story. I'll let you.
Oh, okay. Oh wait, DJ Eddie King, did you have a question to ask him about the episode?
Yeah. Well, first of all, listen, I already know that this type of technology that we get today was already built back in the day. So let me make that clear. Number one,
Yes, sir.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, number two, listen, Mr. Hall of Fame. Now, my question is to you, right? I know they have that type of technology. But I'm talking about far as them giving us the technology now, even though it was already created. But can you tell me, has there been, including the people, has technology have gone overboard, way overboard? Do you feel like back in the days when we barely had any technology, even though we had it, but it was just a little bit? Do you feel back in those times it's a lot better than the times that we have now, as far as technology? That's what I was trying to get
Real
at.
quick, I'm gonna just shout out Grizz real quick. Thank you, Grizz, for jumping on, man. We'll definitely check out your content, like and subscribe to his content, everybody. Yeah,
Yeah,
I think some things are taken too far, like with the robot spouses and all that. I think that's way too far. But hey, to each his own. I mean, if you just turn on your TV, you see the stuff that they have on TV shows nowadays. Whew, you can't even let your child watch a cartoon. You gotta be like, no, turn it off. I can't even. You can't even you can't. Usually, you could just put a kid in front of some Nickelodeon. Go chill out, do your laundry, come back. The kid's still chilling. They may have fallen asleep. You can't do that now. No. There's so many hidden messengers and everything else. So yeah, technology and everything else, and the TV programming it's the wild wild west out here. They have definitely taken it too far. But that's why we gotta, like I said, we gotta monitor and check ourselves and make sure that we are not becoming desensitized. I remember, earlier today, I just turned my TV off. I said I ain't watching no more TV. Turned my TV off. I threw on some Brazilian jazz and I fell right to sleep. Took me a good nap. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you got to turn the idiot box off, man. You got to turn the PlayStation off. You got to turn that stuff off sometime. You know what I mean? Go outside. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Go
Yeah,
walk
yeah.
outside, experience life, experience people, experience culture. And TV can't give you that. It can give you glimpses of that, but it can't give you that experience. So yeah.
Right.
Can
I got.
oh, go ahead.
Mhm.
Sorry,
I'll say,
Mr.
I got two more questions. Hold on. Let me ask him this question, then I'll get back to you. Right.
Okay.
But what is one of the things that really irritates you about some people that you've seen that? Well, sorry, hold on one second. It irritates you about some of the people that you have seen have a very popular podcast.
Um. Irritates me about them. Um. I don't give people that much attention. I really don't. I'm very confident. And back in the days, y'all know me. I used to be really arrogant, so I really was stuck on me. Like I ain't, what I mean. Before my health challenges, I was really on some real me type thing for real. So they don't really irritate me at all. I feel like there's things they could work on. I think the biggest thing that I don't like with some of the people is that they'll kiss up to certain celebrities or whatever, but they won't help other podcasters or other people who represent the culture. I would just say that's the only thing that I don't like. Outside of that, to each his own. Like, if they want to be ratchet or promote certain things, that's their content. I'm not gonna watch it. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna watch that garbage, but you could promote whatever you want to. You know what I'm saying? So, and if I see things in your character that I don't like, I'm definitely not gonna watch your content. You know what I mean? If you don't support it and if you don't really show love to your supporters, I'm definitely not gonna watch you at all. Like I supported somebody before, I gave them a certain amount of money, and they wouldn't even let me be a part of their experience, and that was very, very hurtful. But I had to move on and keep moving. Unsubscribe to their content. I'm not gonna support somebody who doesn't, take my donations seriously. So I had to move on from that. And trust me, I haven't watched anything that they made since. And it's been all good. So
Mm.
How many
Yeah, that's
chances do
something.
you? How many chances do you give people in general, as far as
Wait, wait, hold on.
when they mess up on certain things, and how many chances do you give them to for them to prove themselves in life in general?
how
Wait,
many?
before you answer
For
that,
for certain
hold on.
things you don't like, you may not like certain things that people do just in general. But how many chances do you give
Mr.
them?
MD was next, DJ Eddie.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
Who's next?
Mrs. M3, she had a question, but I cut it off.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah. Go ahead. You have that question?
Yeah, I don't know how I'm just gonna say it. It's my conspiracy theory, but I want to know what you think about it, Mr. Hall of Fame, and maybe even Mr. DJ Eddie and Mr. M3. So the other day we're watching this. I don't know if it was a podcast or just a YouTube, but anyways, it has come to mind several times, and then it came to mind again yesterday. So I want to put it out there to men and ask you. So they always talk about women and birth control. They talk about birth control pills, birth control this, and how it seems to be on the woman's shoulders, right? And then they said, well, there's a man pill that's coming out, and it didn't do very well. It tanked, like whatever the study was. Guys just wouldn't. They're, they'd rather the blue pill as opposed to a birth control pill. But here, as culture, society, people are still having kids. But do you, in your opinion, feel there would be far more kids if Atari and Nintendo and Xbox, and do you think that video games are electronic male birth control? That's my question. My theory, conspiracy theory.
Yes and no. Um, because a person, is going to be passionate what they're passionate about. You know what I'm saying? I just think technology overall just gives us more outlets to do things outside of what we would normally do. But in that, you know what I'm saying, if you have a balanced, organized environment, you know what I'm saying, and you have a good amount of people that you're talking to and that you're connecting with, as well as being around technology, then yeah, it's not going to hinder you at all. You'll play it, but if you also, the biggest need is the need to feel loved and respected. That's bigger than your need for technology. That supersedes that by a billion. So you're only going to technology because at the moment, you ain't got nobody to connect with like that. So, but
Well,
believe me, if you ask somebody to connect with like that, you would not be focusing on that machine as much. You know what I'm saying? You
the
know,
specific focus of that YouTube was the girl walking in her lingerie in front of the guy, and he's like, "Get out the way! I'm playing my game," And it was like an ongoing, and it was like two different like YouTube situations,
I,
but
I
I
hate
guess
I
that
hate
was
when I
the
see
theme.
videos like that because see the women when like if a man was annoying was getting in their way with them trying to do their girl stuff. She paying her nails. She trying to get her hair did and her hair right. You know what I mean? She trying to put that hair gel right in the middle of her hair. She almost got it. Like she done put the hot comb in. She got the hair gel right there. He gonna come in, gonna bust up in here, trying to get a sexy man on. You like if you don't get out of here, brother. I done spent all this hours. I'm trying to get my hair right. Like I done put the part in. I done did all that. I may have got my weave did or whatever, or my curls done, and now you trying to come up in here, you messing up my curl and all that. Oh no, brother, no, we not having that, and definitely don't touch my hair. Now, I mean, that's what the woman thinking. Please don't touch my hair. If you touch my hair, we gonna have a problem. You know what I'm saying? So, but see, that's that Western culture of women just wanting to control things all the time, man. Yeah, that ain't gonna work because the thing is that there's gonna be times when women, like I said, when they want to do stuff, they have their girl time. They don't listen, fellas. They don't want you around them when they're doing their girl time. I hope you understand it. I don't care how nice she acts. When she really with her girls or her family members, this time she really don't want you around. I hope you know that. I know she could be really nice to you and hug you and do other things for you, but this time, but she want her girl time. Trust me, she do. Okay, and don't feel butthurt about it. She's just a human being. She want to be able to talk with her girls and they do their girl stuff. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean she don't love you. She just she just want a healthy balance. We all want a healthy balance in relationships. We don't want too much and we don't want too little. You know what I'm saying? And that's really life at all. But yeah, the love and support always supersedes technology and always will.
A Sip Of Dee says, I like that don't be afraid to leave, but also don't be afraid to stay. That's real. Okay, okay. First Lady Tam says she'll be right back. And Editor Jock and David Owens are watching us on Facebook Live. So
Yeah,
shout
shout
out
out
to
to
them.
them. Yeah.
We're
DJ Eddie had a question, I think.
Oh, yeah. All right, DJ Eddie. You ready for your question?
No, you cut me off like when I was about to finish, so I can't even remember what the question was.
I remember.
Well, it was because she was
My,
turned
my,
though,
my memory
so.
my memory is sharp. I
Yeah,
got you.
I mean, go ahead, go.
Well, when it comes to people that cross me, nowadays you only get one shot, and that's it. I get you out of there after that. You know what I'm saying? Unless you apologize and the apology is good and it's credible, you explain every single detail of why you did what you did. Brand, that's a wrap for you. I'm really done. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not healthy for me or for you. And you don't want me being toxic to you. So why would you bring toxicity to me? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, treat people the way you want to be treated. You know what I'm saying? And that's really the biggest thing. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I'm not vengeful and I'm not one to really try to get people back and all that. I just really at that point just want to be. I really want to just be left alone, honestly. Once you do what you did, leave me alone. You go on your side of the fence. I'm on my side of the fence. I don't hate you or nothing. Love you as a human being, but I know on certain levels we cannot be cool. And that's another thing. With people, you gotta have levels. You know what I'm saying? Some people are just your coworkers. They're not your friends. They're your coworkers. Some people are associates. They're just your associates. You see them. Hey, you see Bob at the 7-Eleven. Bob is there. He ring you up. Y'all say a few words. You out of there. Don't bring Bob to your home. Okay. Let Bob stay right in the 7-Eleven where he belongs. Okay. Unless Bob proves that he belongs and he deserves to be in your home. Make Bob prove that. Okay. Or Barbara or whatever. And then there's friends. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I don't really do like the friend thing. It's either your family or you're not family. And that's really it. But if you do the whole friend thing or whatever, fine. Because me and my friends are my family. But if you want to just say that as well, then whatever. But yeah, when it comes to friends and family, they got to be on that level. And if they're not on that level, then demote them. Treat it like a boss. Demote them and put them down as associate and make them work. If they work themselves back up, they can be friends and family. And then of course, they're just spouses, they're your parents and all that. And in those relationships, especially when it's like spousal and parental, those are very sensitive relationships. But even then, you still got to hold them accountable, and even your relatives. So if they doing something across you, then sometimes you got to push them away too. You got to get them out of your life too. Unfortunately, and that's hurtful. Sometimes it's a process, but you got to do that, or you got to limit yourself, because they're not doing anything to help you. Because sometimes, unfortunately, the ones closest to us, you can, you know, let's say for instance, DJ Eddie, you could be married, you could have a fly girl, man, fly. She like Janet Jackson, man. You know what I mean? She like Holly Berry. Hey, everybody said, oh man, look at DJ Eddie girl. Everybody happy. But you got that one family member who being a hater, man. He being a hater, man, and you see it, but that's your family and you love him, but he being a hater. You like, man, he being a hater. Or if it's a woman that's being a hater, you're like, man, she being a hater. Like, I know she being a hater. Oh, now you got to get her out of it. She got to go. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
She may mess up your relationship. You know what I mean? And you and your honey, y'all fine. Y'all having fun. Y'all going to the park. You're holding hands, eating pretzels together and all. Like, y'all chilling. And she come with her negative hating behind, trying to hate on you. He come with his negative hating behind, trying to hate on you. Like, nah, bro, you got to go. Nah, sis, you got to go. Bye. Bye. So sometimes family got to go. You got to get them out of here. You got to get them off of Facebook or whatever. They got to go. Delete the phone number, block them, whatever you got to do. Get them out of here. You You know what I mean? My block game is cool. I ain't got no problem blocking nobody. So I will block you. I will. Yes, I will. You know what I'm saying? If I have to. But yeah, that's my question. You know, that's my answer to that. So keep people on certain levels and make them prove who they say they are. If this person's saying that, hey, I'm your dad or I'm your mom, I'm this and that. Oh well, prove it. Prove it. You not because you ain't proving it right now. I'm your husband. I'm your wife. Prove it. If you ain't proving it, then guess what? You ain't earned the title. I'm not gonna give you the credit for it. And that's it.
And always know your worth too.
Ooh, oh man.
Can't forget about that.
Man.
You know, before I even get to the last question, someone's been quiet in this chat. Queen.
Her and First
What's
Lady
up?
Tammy both, yeah.
Yeah, First Lady Tammy said she'll be right back. You know, I think probably someone called. I'm not gonna say his name, but you know.
Black Tie.
Queen.
Shout out to Black Tie.
Yes.
You've been quiet like throughout this night. Like, you know, you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right.
Y'all
You
got
have any questions?
y'all got all the questions. Y'all good. And Mr. Hall of Fame loves talking. So
Not more than you do. Not more than you do, but go ahead.
nah, y'all good. Y'all good. I'm good.
All right. I will get to the First Lady Tammy, but I don't think she's back yet. So,
Oh, there you
okay,
go.
well, never mind. Yeah, she's back. Now, you all know, everyone, if you know First Lady Tammy, know that she has a whole lot to say. A lot, right?
No, I usually do have a lot to say. I'm just extremely tired. So that's why I'm not doing a lot of talking. I've been up since 4 o'clock this morning. So, and I've been on the go since. So if it looks like I'm just not full, I'm extremely tired. Like I could fall asleep right now at this moment. So
You was
I'm
taking a
tired.
couple of naps then, huh? Yeah, you know what?
CrossFit
Yeah,
Tammy.
no, I was,
let me not even play that. I ain't gonna go there, right?
yeah, no, I've been on the go, and then even after the stream, I still have so much I have to do, so I can't even go to sleep after the stream is over. So, but I mean, I'm listening. I mean, I don't really have any questions. I mean, I like everything that he's saying. He's saying a lot of things that I didn't really know about him. And I like the way he thinks. So I just like hearing the answers he's given to the different questions he's getting. So yeah, so I don't really have any really much else to say. So yeah, so that's why I'm more on the quieter side today. So yeah, I don't do the 24-hour drinks.
Yeah, that's not healthy,
Chris.
brother.
Yeah,
You shouldn't be drinking
not
it either.
good for you.
Don't do
So
it to yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm into it.
so yeah,
Yeah,
so
okay. Well, you know, tell me like, you know,
Hang in there,
before,
First Lady. Hang in there.
I think Queen got a question. Go ahead, Queen.
Oh, I was gonna say, wait a minute. It's coming back. What made you think about the women's stream? And
Oh, that's a good question. Thank you.
what do you think? How do you think we're doing, and what do you inspire us to see in the future with the women's stream?
Wow. Well, for those who don't know, thank you for letting them know, Queen. You know, listen,
You know, I
listen.
got to give you your flowers.
Thank you. You know, listen. I'm gonna be honest. You know, number one, you know, without you know M3, DJ Eddie, and First Lady Tammy, you know, there would be no women's stream. You know what I'm saying? So that's number one. You know what I mean? Without them being on a live stream, number one, you wouldn't have that. But you know, not even but. And you know, I just want to say the because there's no buts because they're incredible. And you know, the ladies' night stream is my baby. Yes, it is. It is my baby. It is my creation. I loved it. I birthed it. You know, it's growing day in and day out. I'm extremely proud of it. And what inspired me to do it was I knew it's a few reasons. You know what I mean? Some you know, some are gonna be funny, but they're all true. One, I knew that you know, even though we had some great content, we needed to have we need to kind of have you know different types of content. We need to add some more flavor to our channel. Now listen, we you know listen when it comes to Monday and Thursdays, we are on top of it. You know what I mean? We ain't got no problem. You know what I'm saying? That's not the issue at all. That's not an issue at all. You know what I mean? So we had that locked down, but I was like, okay, we got to give our viewers something different. And you know, I know that the biggest thing is women empowerment right now. Everybody love the ladies. Everybody love the ladies. So I was like, all right, you know. And then once I thought about Tammy, and I just thought about having the first Lady Tammy moniker, you know, her being an educator, and just the way that she's able to just, you know, do the streams and co-lead with us and do everything else with me, DJ Eddie, and M3. I was like, man, we got the perfect person to lead this. Like, I was like, this is an idea. We got a perfect person to lead it. You know what I mean? And then I was like, okay, but will she do it? That was my question. That was the next thing. Like, will she do it? Hold on, y'all. So yeah, I thought, you know, will she do it? So I'm like, you know, let me just ask her. Asked her. She was like, yeah, I'm doing it. I got it. You know what I mean? She was on it. So I was like, all right, perfect. And then it was after that, it was like, okay, we got to assemble a crew. We got to get a crew of women. And, you know, my thought process while asking Tammy, and even before I asked Tammy, I knew also, yes, it was women empowerment. You know, that's a big movement. But I also knew, you know, and I guess this is selfishly, but just being realistically, there are thirsty guys out there. And I was like, you know, the thirsty guy movement is big. You know what I mean? You know, they always my thirsty female, but the thirsty guy movement is big. You know, we done have brothers pop up on some of these interviews. We ain't see these brothers in years. We could put out an APB for some of these brothers. We ain't seen them in a long, long time. You know what I mean?
Let me know you want me to do the voice, man. I'm ready.
Huh?
Let me know when you want me to do the impersonation. I'm ready.
Oh, do the impersonation. Go ahead.
All right, here it goes, y'all. Yeah, so I came, right? And I just want to know one thing. Do you like shrimp?
What is
Oh man, I can't believe you did the homie like that. You're wrong. But that really happened though. We ain't gonna say who, but that really happened. So yeah, so we just started seeing people come out of nowhere, even just on the regular stream, and you know, the whole Master Duck fiasco. You know, shout out to him. I was like, man, these guys are really, really outrageous. So I said, all right, let's create something for them, you know, as well. But also, we're gonna be respectful, you know, because you know, every time you see a woman now, unfortunately, on these podcasts and on TV, it's always stripper pose and twerking, and they talking all types of ratchetness and craziness and Cardi Bism and all that. I was like, nah. You know, now listen, you know, okay, now, you know, on a panel or sometimes we're gonna have guests. We may have ratchet people. That may happen, or somebody saying something ratchet. That might happen. Okay, you know, First Lady Tammy, Queen. This is M3. You know, y'all are more, you know, formal, more chilling. Y'all responses. Y'all not gonna say certain things, but at times I'm not gonna say no names. We know who. Certain people get on there and they may say something, and you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, like I knew that was gonna happen too, but we wanted that as well. You know, we wanted to have different walks of life. We want to have different women and different ladies on there to represent all cultures and all peoples. You know what I mean? You know, we didn't want it to just be all rashness and, you know, women calling each other types of names and talking about their hair and talking about all this, that, and the third. We didn't want love and hip hop. That's not what we wanted. You know what I mean? But we also didn't want it to be, you know, we didn't want it to be, you know, just, you know, completely like, you know, completely where it's just all women who would just completely, you know, just straight lined all the time. No, we wanted all walks of life. And that's what it was. So we wanted all walks of life, and we wanted the women just to be represented in a good light. And you wanted them to have topics and, you know, have people that are there that can talk about different topics. You know, they had to know how to talk. You know, they had to know how to talk. They had to know how to be relatable, and they had to know what they were talking about. And even if they didn't know what they were talking about, they still had to be entertaining. You know what I mean? So even if they don't know what they're saying or they going on a tangent, at least that this person is entertaining, you're gonna laugh. So there's a lot of times that I'm looking at the TV screen, and I am falling out, dying laughing over some of the things that some of y'all be saying on here. And I be thoroughly entertained and shocked because I'm like, whoa, I didn't know she thought that way, or I didn't know she thought like this or whatever. But I really love the women's stream. I salute First Lady Tammy for leading the women, and I salute all the women on there. Because all of y'all, what I mean, have brung something different. And I love everybody's energy. You know what I'm saying? I love, like I said, I love First Lady Tammy's energy. I love Mrs. M3. I love her energy. I love Queen's energy. I love Luann and her controversial statements. I like Damo's controversial statements, and I sometimes she goes off the cuff, and she be saying different things. You know what I mean? My guy's Morpheus. You know what I mean? So yeah, I just love that. No, M3 is Morpheus. M3 is Morpheus. He got the Morpheus shades. I'm Neo. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? So yeah. But yeah, that was the whole inspiration behind it. And I'm so proud of the ladies. And I look forward to helping them continue to build the Lady Stream brand and helping them build their own brands. And that was another thing. We wanted to showcase different women of different brands and different careers. You know what I'm saying? So we have a lot of educators. We have First Lady Tammy, we have Mrs. M3, but we also have Queen, who's a social worker. We have Dama, who works in the healthcare department. We have Luann, who does home care. So we have people that's doing all types of stuff, and so that's really what we want to showcase too. That listen, there's women and they working hard, and they representing women, and this is what they think. So yeah, that was my thought process behind it.
Okay. Cool beans. Let me get on to the last question, right? The most important question of them all, besides shrimp. So the last question is, and by the way, help build the matrix of the stream, live streams by donating.
Word,
Y'all-
donation.
donations, right? We're going. Oh, my bad. Anyways, so what caused you? Sorry, what caused you in? What caused you to be interested in being a part of the knowledge and relationships team? What has been your favorite part of knowledge and relationships?
What caused me to be a part of knowledge and relationships and why I partook in it was knowledge and relationships was in development for a while. Um, and M3 had did different, you had different ideas and you tried different ideas. And those different ideas, they were good. They weren't bad ideas, but it was just things that he was starting to work on and starting to figure out. But he always asked me for my input, and others for his input, and we always encouraged him to keep going. Um, and then we realized like last year that we had a good formula. We had a good formula um, with me, him, DJ Eddie, and somebody else who I won't name. And we had a good formula. That person will be back. I don't know when, but they'll be back. Um, and we just started to we started to work on stuff together. We started to work on stuff and brainstorm. We just realized like, okay, we could do a lot with this. And I remember M3 at one point thought about like, okay, maybe I should stop doing this, but I was like, nah, man, you ain't gonna stop doing this. Let's come up with some content. Let's come up with some ideas. You're not gonna stop doing this. Like we're gonna do this. We're gonna make this happen. And what I'm saying, to give more background, it was something that it was me, him, and another friend who will remain nameless. We all sat and we were just having a conversation. I was like, man, why are we still just working our regular careers? Like, let's do something else. Let's make money doing other things. We could do podcasts, we could do this, we could do that. And then, M3 took initiative. And, the other things that we are trying to do with that other person is still in development. But yeah, that's a whole nother story. But yeah, we are working on it. So, and I got to talk to them soon. But yeah, what I mean? That's where it all came from. That's where it all came from. We just, just us coming together. And I wanted to be interested in it because, M3 is my brother and I want to support him and I want to help him. And whatever it takes to be, for him to grow and be at his best, that's what I'll do. My favorite part of being about non-relationships is just being with the team, being with First Lady Tammy, DJ Eddie, and M3, and just seeing that relationship grow and seeing the people around us grow. That's been my favorite part. You know, networking with people has been incredible because you find out so much about people. You find out so much about the experiences, who they are, and where they are. You can find out things that that's like, man, okay, you telling me a lot here. Like I'm like your doctor, your therapist, or something. Like you telling me everything. Like, but um, people just sometimes just need somebody just to hear them out. And I love being a network manager because it does give me a chance to hear people out, help them with different things that's on the stream and beyond, and still be a good resource to them and for them. And those are the things that I definitely enjoy the most. But I know we need to close, so I'll go last. Everybody get to promote their stuff, promote their channels. I thank everybody for just allowing me to have this interview. But yeah, M3, take it away. Let everybody close out.
All right, for sure. So we're gonna start with Queen. Wait, how do I do this? We're gonna start with Queen first. Go ahead, Queen. Take it away.
Hello, hello. You can follow me on Instagram, Queen Forever 2K21. You can follow me on Ladies Night on Saturdays at 5:30 or Knowledge and Relations platform whenever they're streaming, whenever I pop in. You'll see me, you'll hear me, and there you go, and have a good night.
Okay. All right, Mrs. M3. You gotta unmute yourself.
Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Thank you, Mr. Hall of Fame, for letting us interview you. Thank you, Mr. M3, for allowing us to have this platform, Knowledge and Relationships. We hope that you tune in every episode, Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, especially Ladies Night, Saturdays, 5:30. All of the episodes, 5:30 Pacific time. Thank you so much and have a good night.
All right. First Lady Tammy.
Well, hello. So I am here on Mondays and Thursdays. I'm also here hosting Ladies Night on Saturdays at 5:30. I'm doing my vlog of my cryo slim journey, and I am going to start posting my poetry on my Instagram page. So I'll probably start doing videos where I am reading my poetry that I've read on different live streams that we've done on my Instagram. Sorry, my eyes bugging me. Okay. So anyway, yeah. So my Instagram is First Lady Tammy 916. So you can catch me on there. You can't catch me on Facebook because you can't just look me up. I'm not, I don't allow myself out like that. But you can definitely catch me on Knowledge and Relationships. Please feel free to like and subscribe and to hit the notification button and post a comment because we love everything. And you want to love us because Knowledge and Relationships is amazing. So why not? So anyway, with that, I'm out. Bye. Have a good night.
And we also gotta give a shout out to DJ Eddie King. He was in the building, so definitely shout outs to him. And then we have Mr. Hall of Fame.
Yeah, definitely. Shout out to everybody. Thank you so much,
Mm-hmm.
everybody, for your love. Thank you for being a part of the Knowledge and Relationship experience, everybody. Please like and subscribe our channel. We appreciate your love and support. Shout out to the whole team. Shout out to First Lady Tammy. Shout out to DJ Eddie King, and shout out definitely to the big man with the band, Mr. M3. Yes. Shout out to Mrs. M3, and shout out to Queen Forever. Shout out everybody else who's been on the panel, who's joined the panel, who's been in the convos. Unicorn, we shout you out. E Black TV, my guy. Yeah. E Black TV, please like and subscribe to E Black TV. Yes. My guy, he has some incredible guests on there. Some great celebrities and everybody else on there. Man, y'all gotta look out for E Black TV. I'm telling y'all, man, it's incredible. Shout out to Kris, the Blooming Ebony. Yes, the what would you call it? A feminist slayer? M3? The feminist slayer. Yes, the feminist slayer herself. She has some wonderful content. I was on her show last night. It was incredible. M3 was on there too.
Awesome.
It was phenomenal content. And we greatly appreciate Kris the Blooming Ebony and just all her insight and all her love and all the support as well. Thank you, Kris. Shout out to Danielle too, a Sip of Dee. Please check out her content. Danielle is just starting. She's uploading her videos, but please support and like her channel. She has a lot of opinions on a lot of different things. Some are controversial, but she's always entertaining and she's always funny. She always cracks me up. And shout out to everybody else. Shout out to Damo, Luann Love. Shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying, who's been a part of our process.
Yeah, BK Apologist.
BK Apologist, Alex, Everything is Anything podcast, CJ, the High Value Nurse, CKQ, everybody, you know what I mean? And even shout out to our guests. Shout out to our guests too, like Melissa. Shout her out as well. Jessica, shout out to Jessica. Princess Gohan. Man, please look up Princess Gohan. Look up her Instagram. Like and subscribe to her content. Shout out to her as well. But yeah, thank y'all everybody for being a part of the team. I love you guys. Thank you for having me on the interview. I appreciate it. Until next time, y'all. Good night. M3, take it away.
All right, everyone. So this is your boy M3 from Knowledge and Relationships. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Shout outs to everyone. You know, I mean, like I said, we've already said the names, but you know, thank you guys guys and ladies for your never-ending support. And always remember this. Make sure that before you come to the chat or any of the live streams, that you all get your minds right. And so, with that being said, we are out. All right. Later, everyone.
Later.
Peace.
DJ.